patronite.pl/Televizornia. Zostań naszym patronem już dziś.
Okay, welcome back, our dear listeners from Televizornia channel, and of course subscribers and all of the members of Televizornia channel. Tonight we have a very special event. Right at this moment we are at the Beer and Bones pub in Warsaw. Today we have the 26th of June 2026, and let me introduce our special guest tonight, which is the singer, songwriter and the leader of the Portuguese gothic black metal band Moonspell. Please welcome Fernando Ribeiro.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
I try as best as I can to spell your name, but probably it's still wrong. So forgive me for that.
It was very good, Fernando Ribeiro. It's easy, yeah.
Okay, it is an honor to me to do this interview, and what is worth to underline that we are just a few minutes before the premiere listening to the newest Moonspell LP entitled Far From God. That will happen just in a few minutes here in Beer and Bones pub. Am I right, Fernando?
Totally right. Yeah, I came here all the way from Portugal to meet our Polish fans, also to do a round of interviews and to introduce them. The album is coming out next week, so they're going to get a preview of what we've been doing with Far From God.
Yeah, the 3rd or the 4th of July, something like this?
3rd of July.
Yeah, I remember. That's quite precise. It is a fun fact because I have the possibility to hear the whole album just before the interview, just in a few hours ago. And I'm going to ask some questions concerning this, but for the very beginning, it is worth to underline that the last year we had the 30th anniversary of releasing of the Moonspell debut album, Wolf's Heart.
Yeah.
Am I right?
True, yeah.
And right this year we have another anniversary.
It's true.
And also the 30th of releasing the irreligious one. In my honest opinion, they are the two very important albums that brought you from the underground to the heights of metal scene of Portugal and worldwide as well. And can you tell us what were you inspired by while writing the stuff to these two albums, and what was the inspiration while writing the stuff to the Far From God one?
Well, I think with the first two albums, we had nothing to lose. We didn't think that the albums would break through, especially with Wolfheart. We were 6 different people over there. Some people had left the band in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
I'm still there. Pedro is still there. And the Wolfheart was just like a really big surprise for us because we were 6 people pulling in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
One wanted more folk metal. I wanted more gothic. Some wanted more black metal or heavy metal. So for me, when the album came out and we came on tour for the first time in '95, supporting Morbid Angel and Immortal, it just grew on people because it was so different, so outrageously different. It was a band from Portugal. There was not many bands from Portugal releasing albums in the European scene. And of course, we toured extensively, and the rest, as he says, history. But we were happy, but also unhappy with the direction of Wolfheart. We wanted something more gothic and something more together. That's what Irreligious was about. Pure mix between the likes of metal that Moonspell had, especially underground metal back then, and the newfound gothic wave that we were listening to with bands such as Typo Negative, Sisters of Mercy, Fields of Benevolent, Paradise Lost. I think they invented the gothic metal style with their album Gothic. And I think that even though you put 30 years, which is an interesting crossroad for a band, because why new music? We could go and play Irreligious, and next year or 2 years is going to be Sin and so forth. It was something that we were, when you do the albums, you don't expect them to be 30 years old. You know, you just do them and then it's in the hands of the fans. But with Far From God, I think we came back, I wouldn't say to the roots, because Moonspell is a very different band, but we came back to mixing in a very pure form metal and gothic, without
Yeah.
without a lot of density, without a lot of layers. It's a very honest and authentic album, and we kind of missed that vibe of Moonspell, the dark melodic vibes. So I think that was the intention behind each album. And you know, some things change a lot. We cut our hairs, we grow our beards, we get older. But the privilege of to write music and to write music to express yourself, and also find like-minded people that listen to your music and they take it to the heart and create new memories with it. It's something that never changes. It's very exciting for a band.
So the souls got evolving, got the same in a perspective of musical styles. And that's why I'm asking for, because in the mainstream media, Moonspell was very often labeled as a gothic black metal band. But in my honest opinion, as I was hearing the first albums of yours and the newest one, I received some emotions that your musical style got evolved across the years. And in my honest opinion, probably you were start from the black metal evolving through the doom style one and ending on the gothic style, something like this. Why I am asking for? Because to me, Far From God sounds distinctly different that comparing to these two first albums. And do you agree with that?
It's way different. I mean, you can see it's Moonspell because you come to a point where you have your own signature. So when you put the record on, if you know the band, you see it's Moonspell. But a philosopher says you never wash yourself, you never bath yourself twice in the same river because the river keeps running. You know, so there's water, there's a flowing of water, and obviously we are in a different world too. Music is way different. Of course, we miss the old times like anybody does because they were important times for us. You know, we were younger, we had more hope. The world, I think it was also a better place. But of course, every album, each case is a case, you know, because we never repeat anything. I mean, Moonspell is very diverse musically. I mean, we started off heavily into occult and black metal, but we got tired of it because for us it was a bit repetitive, and there was bands that did it better than us. Then we always liked doom metal because it's very melodic but also heavy.
And it sounds...
Yeah, and also when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of extreme and underground metal, but I had some friends that introduced me to the likes of Dead Can Dance, Sisters of Mercy, Typo Negative, Fields of the Nephilim, you know, and I really like that music. I think there was something in there that could connect with metal and make, I wouldn't say a new style, but a new fusion. So yeah, I think you always have to approach Moonspell's music with an open mind and don't expect that we're going to repeat Wolfart or Religious. Even if we wanted to, I think that would be impossible. Some bands, sometimes they try to go totally back to the roots and it doesn't sound authentic. You just have to pick up from the roots, but also to pick up from the other stages of evolution of ourselves as musicians, but also as persons.
But you know what? Despite the evolution that still remains, I think that these two first records still remains very important to you. Why am I asking for? Because during the concerts, the compositions from these two first albums, I mean, in example like Awake, Alma Mater, Full Moon Madness, and some others, still are in the set list of the concerts.
Yeah, because we don't feel estranged from them. when we do an album, it's different. But when we go live, and obviously now we're playing live, we're playing Cross Your Heart, Far From God, The Great Wolf in the Sky. We're going to play a lot of songs from Far From God. But I believe that when you go to live, the show is not only to sell a record or to show your new record. I think the show is for the fans, really.
Exactly.
So, of course, there are some songs like those ones you mentioned that are always going to be the backbone of our set list because there are very special moments, almost ritualistic to the people. So what I say is that we try to have a narrative try to tell a story, let's say the history of Moonspell through songs. And that's why we always have different set lists, but that's why we also have songs that never change their place. Like Full Moon Madness, we like to end up with that. But it's all about telling a story. So yeah, I think to sum it up, we don't live in the shadow of our past. We always evolve, as you say, but also we don't deny it. You know, if we have to play Alma Mater, I'll be more than glad to play it for the 100,000th time because it's a song that brings us in the band some great memories and has unlocked so many doors for us.
Okay, let's focus on the newest album, The Far From God. The self-titled composition, Far From God, precedes the biblical one. The question is, what are these two songs really about? And was it intentional to put them just neighboring to themselves? Because they seem like a contrasting ones.
Well, we want the people to listen to the whole album, so we take care that it tells a story too. So Biblical was a song that was there and that we were not really expecting much from that, but our keyboard player Pedro, he picked up the song, and the song evolved a lot. So he told me to put it on the set list after Far From God. Far From God is a song about love and pain, because I think there's no one without the other, really. Biblical, I think it falls in the under the same terms, because when you use the word biblical, it's to address something of biblical or epic proportions. You know what I mean? And that tells a story with various nods to the Bible, to the holy books, but to tell a story between a man and a woman, their expectations and their failure, and how they can come up together. So all the album has these religious and irreligious conflict terms, because if there's one thing we cannot be sure, it's about our relationship to God. I had many different relationships to God. I worshipped him, I hated him, I denied him, I tried to understand him, and even though you like it or not, or if you're Catholic or not, or if you are a Satanist or not, you cannot deny it has a huge influence in your life and, of course, in what you write as a band.
You told us it is under the irreligious or religious.
Yeah, it's both. It's
is it still under influence of the second album?
Well,
of your meaning that time, back then?
Maybe. I mean, I grew a lot. You know, when I started studying philosophy, a bit before religious, and especially my formative years were before writing Sin. Before, I was very into Satanism and occultism. I liked Eliphas Levi, I liked Aleister Crowley, I like Krishna, I like, LaVey. But when I started reading the philosophers like Feuerbach, Kant, Voltaire, etc., I took the other books to the shelf and started learning something that for me is more intellectual and it makes more sense to me. So, and these greater men, they don't know the answers, they just provide more and more questioning and more theories. And I found that very interesting.
Okay. Fernando, please let me know, do you remember Waldemar Surychta?
Of course. I've just been with him in Germany a couple of months ago.
Yeah, and he was the recording producer of second and third album of Moonspell. How do you remember working with them?
Well, we were just
with him.
And he was very demanding, but I think Waldemar has always been a genius, and I don't think he gets enough credit for the sound he helped to create, not only with Moonspell, but also with bands like Samael, Tiamat. I think he worked with The Gathering, to Sentenced. So he was the producer at the service of Century Media, And back then, he was our dream producer. Because he's a very evolved guitar player. He has a really nice taste.
He's a guitarist.
Yeah, and he taught us a lot. I remember having Vampiria way longer before going to record with him, because he recorded Wolfheart too. And he told us that there was a big doom part, and he told us, that's not good enough for the song, we have to cut it. And we were like, oh no, we don't want to cut our music. But he was very stubborn about it, and I think it created even a better song. I think that's how you connect with the producers too, how you deal with them. And Valdemar was essential for the making of our sound.
Nice to hear that, because Waldemar Surykta is a Polish citizen, and we appreciate him as well.
Of course. I mean, first time we played in Poland, we played with Ripink, his band with Dave Lombardo, and it was like a national hero, for people.
Yeah. Fernando, we appreciate the upcoming tour of Moonspell. We will see each other at the Castle Party Festival in Bolkov. And would you like to invite the listeners of Televizornia to join this festival, and of course the nearest Moonspell concert, as well as sending them some good regards and good words?
Okay. Hey, thanks for the interview. Televizornia, that's how you say it. Televizornia. Televizornia. I know, Polish is very hard for me in Portugal. So thanks for having me. I hope that the Polish fans will enjoy as much the album as we did working on it. It's called Far From God. It's coming out on July the 3rd. We'll be here soon at the Castle Party in Bolkov. It's a great festival, more to the Gothic people, but also with metal people. And we'll be back in March 27 with our own tour. So best regards, all the best. Moonspell loves you, Under the Spell.
You guys were touring almost every year to Poland, and we are very impressed about that.
Yes, we never stopped. We're not the kind of band that is making its last tour or reunion tour. Moonspell was born in '92, and it goes all the way up to We Can Do It, and then it's over.
Fernando, thank you very much for this very interesting interview. And dear listeners, members and subscribers of Televizornia family, please stay online, thumbs up, and don't forget to buy the Moonspell newest album, Far From God. And please subscribe our channel. Thank you very much. Have a good time.
Hello everybody. Na zdrowie. We'll get there, brother. I'm very, very happy of being in Warsaw again, in Warsaw, beautiful city of Poland. Thank you so very much for coming out to the meet and greet, DJ set, listening to the new album, Far From God too. It means a lot to us. I came straight from Portugal. We have a show tomorrow in Portugal, but I got invited by Beers and Bones, beer and meat too, and craft.